As we have finished the definition of block mesh dictionary, we can proceed to the next stage. So the next stage is actually how to create a new topology for the three regions. There are two ways. First way, you can create the topo for air, aluminum, and water separately. Another is just to create the solid region. Then the air and water will be separated in the further operations. So we can create a new file, and I just copy this in. So copy this in, and I will introduce later what it means. So I have pasted the geometry here, and let's look at the definition of the topSetDictionary. So there's two actions here actually. So the keywords for the topSetDictionary is actions. The first action is to create a cell set. So a cell set means a number of cells will be gathered together based on some geometric constraint or geometric definition. So what we want to do is to extract the solid region of the aluminum. So it's block, the second block in our definition, if you remember. So we need to use a box because it is a very regular shape cell. So we use a box. The box needs to define 2 points which across the very minimum diagonal point coordinate and the further diagonal coordinates. So if you remember, we have the coordinate here. For example, we only see the 2 dimensions. So the y-axis here will start from 0.01. That is the y-axis, right? And then go here. That is 0.012. So from here is the 2-dimensional. But remember, we have the 3-dimensional and also the x. So x-axis actually from 0 to 0.2. You can see here we starting from minus 0.001 to 0.201, which means a little bit out of the range of the x-axis, and also 0.001 and 0.0121. So out of the range of the y-axis. This just guarantee we include all the domains, but not too much across all the regions, right? So that will give us the definition of the x and y for this 2D, but we are 3D. So the 3D we have a thickness of 0.002. So we use kind of from minus 0.011 to 0.002. So also a bit out of range of the thickness. So that is the definition of a cell set, which means a number of cells. So you will say that will be cells stacked together to form a region. But that's not the region yet. So we need to use the cell set to form a cell zone set. That is a zone set, which means that will more tightly, and we will, when it defines a zone, which allows us to define its physical properties or material properties separately. So the acting process, the building process is actually very straightforward. We just use the previous name, which is solid cell set, and then create the cell zone set. Here there's not a keyword except the type. So type means different type of set we're going to create. the name, and the action. So action means we want to build a new cell set, a new set, or a set that has been existed, or subtracted some existing set. So the action is really about the Boolean operations of the cells. And the source, of course, is how we define that. So here we use a box, and here we just use the existing cell set. So that's it for the topSet dictionary. Now we just save it into our system. So we will save it as topSetDict, right? So again, we don't need to append any extension. We just save it, and that is for the topSetDict definition. We basically finish all the geometric. We have the overall mesh, and we will extract a specific region for the specific region for the solid. And now we are ready to run our command to build that. So firstly, we will run the block mesh. Remember, we need to make sure it is in our current. So in our current folder, we only have system folder for 3 files. So we will run block mesh.